Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to another episode of the NBA Thread Show. My name is Jhamar Youngblood, and I'm here with my new co-host, Dodger Todd Dodger. What's up?
Hey, what's up, big dog?
Wait, so which one do you like to go by, Ty or Dodger?
Dodger if you're nasty.
Dodger if you nasty. So all you little nasty people out there, Dodger it is. This is different, clearly, because we have a new
Yeah.
co-host.
You good.
SBW isn't going to be with us for some time. He's having some family issues, which he shared on Threads. And just so I can share, this idea started with a thread that I posted in the summertime or fall. And I was just suggesting that we should do NBA Threads podcast, and we switch the characters or we switch the personalities each week. And SBW agreed. And we had a great run. It was fun. I learned a lot. That was a great experience. But also, SBW, as we all know, was a white man. And I am used to code switching and, some people call it code switching. I'll call it doing what I have to do to communicate more effectively.
Right.
Now I'm here with Dodger Ty, and, my accent may change a little bit sometimes, and I probably am not going to sound as whitewash as I did. But if I get crazy, just know it's Dodger fault, man. I'm just feeding off his energy the same way I did with my old co-host. So this may be a new vibe, but I think it's going to be fun because Dodger is a real cool dude. So I'm going to let him share what that experience was like going from a listener and a community member to being on the mic.
Yeah, man, I appreciate that. Yeah, I can be a menace, so we'll see how this runs. But first I really want to thank you and SB Dub, man. SB Dub, my guy. Things going well, man. I hope you get through that swiftly. You're still a part of this. We need everybody to know you're still a part of this.
Yes, sir.
We just want to make sure we keep this thing running. The playoffs are going right now. It's important that I think we have this during the playoffs. There's a lot of chatter going on about the playoffs. So I feel like it'd be a misstep to not have this for the community right now. And I'm super grateful that you guys thought I was the guy to step in and help do this.
Yeah, I don't even, to be honest, Todd, I don't even think, or Dodger, I'm gonna have to get used to it.
It don't matter,
because
bro. I don't care.
I know, but we got to work on this. We got to work on this branding right here. Dodger was so first. SB Dubs had took a break because we had done like 15 consecutive episodes. I don't know. He did something like we just was consistent, and he needed a break. And then after he took his 2 weeks break, I took my 2 weeks break. But you contacted me during that time, and you were like, "What's up with the pod? Can I be on? Can I host an episode myself?" So he suggested that either we shut it down or I find another co-host. So I was like, Ty reached out to me, so I just asked you, and you agreed. So for me, it wasn't even a search. I think that was the universe just like making a transition for us. But I'm excited because I think we both funny, we both silly, and I think we like basketball. So I think we can continue to share our knowledge of the game or our experience, but we could do it in our own simple way. And I think that's what people liked about the previous show, me and Steve, that we were able to make basketball seem simple and digestible to everybody of all ages, of all colors, all walks of life. So hopefully we can continue that, man. Well, not hopefully. I know we're going to do it, but I'm just excited to do that.
Yeah, man. I definitely think I fit into that kind of a role. I played basketball for like 2 years. But I was always a football player, but basketball is something that I'm more passionate about now than I am football. So it's something, it's a helpful angle for me as well. So this will be fun.
Yeah, man, that's dope. So let's get into it. Let's get to know you a little more. You are a fan of the Mavericks.
I am, man.
What a game last night, man. What are your thoughts?
Hey, man, we got to get Lucas some rest, but it ain't right now.
Wait, so what do you think of the narrative or those reports that said the teammates are happy when Luka goes out of the game because they get to have more freedom and touch the ball. What do you think of that?
I don't think the players are happier. I do think that maybe the fans can get a breath of fresh air. It's almost like we have two offenses sometimes. It's like Luka takes over the offense and no one else is initiating offense when he's on the court. Not even Kyrie. If Kyrie's going to get a bucket during that time, it's typically a ISO late clock situation. It's never really running a play for him. So I could see where people would think that. But I would feel like if you were to ask the players, they would probably say, hell no. Why would we want our MVP candidate off the court at any point in the game? But it is what it is. When you have a ball dominant point guard, they're going to have the ball in their hands, and then other people are going to get more opportunities when he's off the court. That's just the nature of basketball. So
Yeah. Last night, they were getting rebounds. They were defending.
Yeah, man, they played a lot more physical
deflections.
even more physical than we're used to seeing them be, which was really nice because that's always, I mean, as long as I've been a Mavs fan, one of the weakest spots of the Mavs has been their weakness in the even when Dirk was here, we had to go get Tyson Chandler to even really be able to compete to be, you know, in the mix with the real contenders. So
yeah, on the road too. That was an impressive victory.
That was a big one. And so this is the second time we're recording this. I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah. So the first time we recorded it was before that game.
Mm-hmm.
And so the people aren't going to hear this, but I was kind of down on the Mavs.
I was going to act like that. Didn't happen, man. I was just going, I wasn't going to bring them that much truth and tell them that we had a bunch of takes that are now deleted forever.
They're gone. Y'all will never hear them.
But yeah, explain why you were down. Tell them why you were down.
Well, it was just a situation with a hurt Luka. A hurt Luka is never a good thing when you're a Mavs fan. So he wasn't going to be able to play at his highest level. And we had seen previously for like the last two games, even going into the last series, he hadn't really been quite the player that we come to expect. So it kind of turned into a situation where we were relying on things to win that we hadn't really had to rely on too often during the regular season. And the playoffs are kind of a bad time to have to change your strategy that intensely. That being said, we have won games without Luka this season. Kyrie is Kyrie. I mean, he's going to drop a 40 burger if he's the one handling the ball every time. That's just a no-brainer. The overall team in Oklahoma City is extremely good. I don't think I'm shocking anybody by saying something like that. They're extremely good. They're extremely young. They're extremely deep. And it's weird to think, I think what's helping us is the fact that for once we have more playoff experience than the team that we're facing. And I think that's kind of what shook out last night. You know, we had guys like Derek Lively missing buckets at the rim that he could sleep normally, but we were still able to win by a decent margin, and we were up by big margins at points. So it was impressive to see. I'm glad we got that win. That's going to help us kind of control the series coming back to Dallas. So if we can get both of these and really take a hold on the series, I feel really good about where we're at.
Yeah, I heard that. One take that we made in the deleted episode was Donovan Mitchell and the Cavs and the type of performance he's going to need for them to go in and get a game in Boston.
Yeah.
What do you think?
He had that performance.
You know, that's crazy that we said. I mean, and it's not like that's like the... Basically, like, that was pretty obvious that Donovan Mitchell needed to go and perform, but we said he needed to perform specifically like Dwayne Wade.
Yeah, playoff Dwayne Wade. Yep.
We said Donovan Mitchell needs one of those Herculean performances where he just puts the team on his back. And we also credited their guards and how good they were. I know you picked New York on the East. You still think that New York are going to come up over the East, even though Boston lost. What do you think?
It's tough because, like I said, I have two sets of picks for each side, East and West, right? I got my brain and I got my heart. Yeah. My brain is still telling me Boston's coming out of the East. I can't really... I don't know, man. Jason Tatum didn't have a great game, still dropped 25. Like, yep. I mean, it just sometimes you got to do like Donovan Mitchell, who's just going to go insane. You can't really do anything about that. So I still see Boston coming out. In my heart, I'm a Jalen Brunson guy, bro. That's my former Mav. That's my dog. I really want to see the Knicks come out the East. I think it can happen. I think they're going to win this series. I think they're going to get to the Eastern Conference Finals. If they end up playing the Celtics, I think that they have quite deep enough big men. I don't know when Kristaps Porzingis is coming back, but even then, I don't see him really kind of shutting down what Josh Hart's been doing on the boards and his ability to get to the bucket. They got Al Horford. I don't know if he's going to be able to run with him for a full game. I don't know, man. What do you think about it?
Bro, you just mentioned Josh Hart, and it just got me thinking that 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, the players or the makeup that the Knicks have now will not, like, I don't think that they will be as good because the NBA was so different. Like, there's no way Josh Hart is going and getting offensive rebounds and rebounding the way he is back in the day. I
No,
think,
can you imagine him against prime Dwight Howard trying to play that way?
You see what I'm saying? I think
Yeah.
you basically you change the big man position. The big men get more skinnier and they're outside chasing 3-pointers. And now you have a totally different NBA. When you look at the Knicks series, you see Jalen Brunson and TJ going at it. They looking like the best players on the court.
Yeah.
And
hey, yo, fireworks.
You saw that. Listen, we have software and just fireworks just popped up on the screen. But you just saw that these two are the best players on the court now. I think the NBA is going through a transition where there's so much talent. And if you get the right coach to cultivate that talent, you can sort of get like a college type of situation, because you see that in New York when those three guys, they played against each other or they played with each other in college. They won a national championship. They're running through every screen. They're diving on the ball. They're like playing legit team basketball. And I don't think we've seen it like this at that level where you have the whole team united. Like, if you look at OKC, you kind of see that. If you look at Minnesota, you kind of see that as well, where you have the entire team playing together. Usually we've seen one superstar is getting ISO and everybody else is like playing their role, but now you have everybody just playing fluid basketball. And I think we only seen that in college, and it's interesting to see that in the NBA.
I think players who played together in college is underrated. It's an underrated thing. Having a team that knows each other well, trusts each other, especially when they won at a high level in college, like those guys in New York did at Villanova, that's gonna make a difference for sure. And the team chemistry that matters. You know, those guys go out there and play for each other. They're gonna fight and they're gonna leave it all out there for each other.
That's
they do
new,
it every
bro.
night. Yeah.
That's
Jalen
new.
Brunson missed like a whole quarter hurt. I didn't know if he was coming back. They didn't know if he was coming back. But he came back out there and busted him up for another 15, 20 points. Like, it's
That's
just
a new, bro. That's crazy, because I didn't think about it until now. Because even the coaches, if you look at Jay Wright or you look at John Calipari, it seems like that's the type of coach that you need to succeed in the NBA right now. You need a players coach that can get. That's still kind of tough, because the coaches on Minnesota, he's still a tough coach. Tibbs, clearly a tough coach. Coach of the year is clearly a tough coach. So it's like, it's interesting to see that transition happening in real time. It's so real time that I can't even process it yet, because I'm still used to the old way of doing things, where you get a coach, you get two good players, and these players are just like running the team. But now it's like everyone is united. Even Orlando as well.
They're a perfect example. Yeah.
All of these teams are just so cohesive now, and we've never seen that in a while.
I think it's weird. You're right. It's changing in real time. Like, I think the generation right before the new generation of all-stars now, with it's LeBron and all of them, they ran the league.
Yep.
Right. A lot of them didn't go to college either. They didn't get that experience of playing for a hard-nosed coach at a university to high level. So they weren't necessarily used to having those kinds of coaches. These new guys all almost
Yep.
all of them, except for your Wembys, your Scoot Hendersons, your
Yep.
G League Ignite guys. Those guys, but even then, they're still being coached by high-level NBA coaches
hmm
when they're on the G League Ignite. Wemby's across the water getting coached by high-level coaches in France. This isn't new to them either. I think players now are more willing to be coached hard, and I think you're seeing that show itself in this playoffs more particularly.
Yeah, man, that's so crazy because I've never thought about that to now. Then I just started connecting the dots. And let's talk about Minnesota. So
Yeah, bro. Shout out
they
Sarah.
had shout out who?
Sarah.
Yeah, shout out Sarah and all the Minnesota fans
All in
out there.
Minnesota. Raised by Wolves, say one of the
Yeah,
best groups
raised by
on
Wolves.
Threads.
So you saw they had Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
And they had success. They had Patrick Beverly and they went to the playoffs. Then you see someone like Ant-Man. I'm looking at that and I'm just saying that's the benefit of having an alpha type of personality around a super
type A.
around. Yeah. So that's the benefit of having an alpha type A type personality around a bunch of talent. Because right now it's looking like that team is moving kind of how Ant moves. Because clearly he's the leader, but he's setting a tone. It's like we're not scared of no one.
Yeah.
And I think Jimmy Butler did that. Patrick Beverly did that as well. And now you see Ant do that. And now they're up 2-0, bro. Some people are calling for the sweep. Some people are calling for the sweep.
If they sweep the defending champs, bro, oh my, you can't convince me they're not winning the title if they sweep the Nuggets in this series.
It's going to be hard.
Anyone who beats them.
Yeah, it's going to be hard, but you can't convince me that Ant-Man at such a young age is not just that guy, man.
That boy's ready, man. And like you were saying, it's surrounding him with talent, bro. There's so many players in the league now who are all extremely talented. Every team has got 3 or 4 draft picks that they've gotten in the last 10 years of high-level guys that can ball. It's just a matter of dropping somebody like Ant-Man into a group of extremely talented guys who are going to buy into what he's selling and then play with that attitude as well.
Yo, bro, that is exactly why it's nearly impossible for me to pick a team because...
Yeah, you are a nomad.
Bro, I am from the inner city and I know what it's like to have a dream of making it to the NBA just so you can use that money to better the lives of your mother, your family, or your community. So when I'm looking at these teams, I don't just see like a logo or a city or whatever. I see like young men that I kind of I'm like ecstatic for them. And then now we have things like Instagram or YouTube where you can really learn about these players. So I've become a bigger fan of them. And now it's like 4 of them on each team because there's so much talent out there.
Yeah, man.
And it's like, pick which one you want to win. It's like, I want all these brothers to win. So
hey, I feel that, bro.
That's why I like supporting all of the teams because there are at least 2 players on each team that I genuinely like.
Yeah.
I like them as people.
Yeah.
So choosing against them just seems weird. But I only said that because you said there's so much talent on every team.
Yeah.
It's sort of like you need, like if you want to win a championship, how many games do you need to win in the playoffs? 16 or 20? I think it's 20 games you need to win. 16? 16. So if you want to win them 16 games, that's war, bro. You need like a physical leader that's going to mentally prepare you to go out and win 16 really physical games in the playoffs. So that is what Ant is showing me because it's rare that we see those type of players, I think, that are just on that top level alpha energy where it's just
it's something you can't coach, man. You can't teach that.
Yeah. Yep.
You can't teach that. You got to be born with that kind of an attitude and mentality. I know playing football, man, I'm not an aggressive dude, bro, but if I played receiver, if I'm in the slot and my outside receiver is talking shit to his cornerback, hey, guess what, safety? Come here. I got something to say to you. We're about to all pick that energy, and I could definitely see that's what Ant-Man brings to that team. You said last time we recorded, you could drop Ant-Man on any team right now and they'd immediately be a contender. I think you're pretty right, bro.
I think so,
honestly.
bro. there's enough talent in the NBA where I think, well, Karl Anthony Towns is still 7 foot hitting threes. You know what I
I
mean?
mean,
It's like
yeah.
he like that. Like there is some, but I can't really say that because people were playing him for trading for Rudy. So it's like you can't play them and say they're all talented at the same time. But
Right.
to your credit, I think Ant can play on every team. But then I'm thinking about teams like Charlotte. I think they have a lot of talent. I don't know. I think
I
like
think they have a lot of talent, but it's like a mismatch. It's not like cohesive. Like it's not like everybody flows together.
That's true. That's true. Dang. So okay, so we have Boston, Cleveland, Knicks, Pacers. Let's go right now. Let's go on. Let's just take some chances and let's just take some picks right now. Who do you
Okay.
have coming out of the East? Who's your choice to come out the East?
All right. If I'm thinking logically,
No, think as if like this is your reputation
right.
at stake, where people are just like, wow, Dodger always picks him wrong or Dodger always picks him right. Who do you have?
I think you gotta give me I'm gonna go New York, man. I'm gonna
Okay.
go New York. I think if they get Boston, who I think is gonna come out of their series, I think if they get Boston in New York, if they can steal one in Boston and they get them in New York, I just don't see Boston outgrinding them in New York.
Okay.
I just don't see it. Boston can be kind of soft sometimes. And
Okay. So you
I
So you got Knicks going to the NBA Finals.
I think so, bro. I do.
Okay.
Never mind my Jalen Brunson Dallas hat.
Okay, so in the West, who do you have going to the finals?
Here, I can upset a lot of people here.
Let's go. That's the thing, bro. Once you get behind the mic, man, it's a lot of pressure, man.
Yeah, I think as bad as I want to say it'll be the Mavericks, we can come out of the series with OKC. I just don't foresee us getting 4 games on the Wolves, bro. There's no way I see that happening. They're playing at such a high level right now. I mean, they're 2-0 on the defending champs, bro, who kind of bullied their way through the whole playoffs last year. So it's kind of hard to pick against them right now. I mean, they play tonight, so we'll see. We're recording this before the games on the 10th, so we'll be a little outdated by the time this goes up. But right now, I'm saying it. I think the Wolves are going to win again. I don't think there's any reason they lose in Minnesota.
Yeah. On the East, I have the Celtics.
Yeah. It's hard to pick against them.
Yeah. I have the Celtics. I picked the Celtics earlier in the year as well. So shout out to Lene and all of the Boston Celtics fans out there.
They be representing.
And on the West, man, I want to say Dallas, but I also don't want to get bullied because I feel like
they be trying to bully us, bro. That's why I be out there calling people names on threads.
Yeah, man, I want to say Dallas, but I think because I don't feel courageous because this is the first episode that you and I are recording together, and I'm still a little rusty. I'm just gonna pick Timberwolves.
Yeah,
because it seems like that's the consensus, and I don't want to ruffle too many feathers on the first episode back, so I'm just going to go with the Timberwolves.
Don't want to get jumped by the Raised by Wolves fam?
Yeah. I'm just going to go to the Timberwolves.
Yeah, man, for sure. I think that's in my head, I think that's the most logical matchup. I'm all for, I want to see a grindy, hard-nosed team get there, and I really think the Knicks are that this season, so we'll see.
Yeah. Draymond Green said the Knicks are having a fluke season. What do you think about that?
Draymond said that with all 45 teeth?
But that's I mean, if you see all of those injuries and they keep winning, I get it how it's like, yeah, he's hating for saying that, but they lost so many players, man.
They have.
And like so many quality players, and you see them play now, and you just imagine if they would have been the same or even better, like with Julius Randle in there.
That's exactly who my mind went right to.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's I don't know. It's interesting. I'm excited to keep watching these games. I'm going to meet up with Jesse for the first time
Oh,
to
badass.
watch.
Hey, shout
Yeah,
out
to
Jesse.
watch a Wolves game tonight. So, see,
Hey, lit,
man,
lit.
I'm a part of the IRL Wolves community. So, so
I think they'll
I'm
be proud to hear you say that.
yeah, man. So shout out to the Wolves.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yo, let's chat about the WNBA real quick.
Yeah, bro. Let's
I
do it.
know you are a fan of. Are they the Stars? No, the Wings.
bro. The
The
Stars is our
Wings.
hockey team. Come on, man.
Yeah, that's true. Wait, hold on. Listen, we don't need to edit that out because I have all of the teams right here in front of me. And
Right,
before
right.
we chat about the WNBA and specifically Dodgers team, the Wings, I just want to share some context to all of the WNBA newbies, share some basic differences between the NBA and the WNBA as far as rules. In the WNBA, there are only 34 games each season, so each team plays a total of 34 games for the regular season. There are 12 total teams. Those teams are the Dallas Wings.
I think you're trying to be funny now.
Those teams are the Dallas Wings, Atlanta Dream, Chicago Sky, Connecticut Sun, Indiana Fever, Las Vegas Aces, Minnesota Lynx, New York Liberty, Phoenix Mercury, Seattle Storm, and the Washington Mystics. And what's really cool about the WNBA is their playoff format. They do one and done for the first two rounds, and I think it's the best of 5 for the last two rounds. And those one and done games during the playoffs are really, really fascinating. They're really
That's insane, bro.
yeah,
That's crazy.
it's so cool. It's so cool to watch. Any game with that one and done atmosphere, energy behind it is always going to be cool.
It's so much more tense, bro.
Yeah, it's so much more.
All
tense.
it takes is one player who you didn't expect to go off.
Yep.
And then you're out of the playoffs.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so those are the basic rules. Welcome to all of the WNBA fans and supporters. We're going to try to cover the WNBA more. And I don't know. I think I like the WNBA so much. I like it.
I've taken a real liking to it. It kind of feels dumb that I've been depriving myself of basketball after the NBA season was over because I didn't watch the WNBA. Like it kind of doesn't make sense. I've fell in love with women's basketball already with the South Carolina LSU game. That was the first one that I really got into this past college basketball season, and that hooked me. So now I'm ready to watch, and I'm excited. It'll be fun. Shout out to NBAThreads people who are positioned to the WNBA, man. It's really fun to be able to jump into the sport with everybody on that side all together.
Yeah, same. I love watching the guards particularly because
a lot of skill.
So much skill, so shifty. The way you can get through a screen, the way you can split a screen. I don't know. It's beautiful to watch smaller people do some of the moves that the larger people were known for doing for some reason. I don't know. Right. I don't know. I like that. I don't know. It's cool. Did you see Caitlin Clark's performance?
I saw parts of it, bro. I saw parts of it.
I think they played a couple of games now, 2 or 3 games now.
They keep showing that one deep three all over threads. I keep seeing it reposted.
Yeah. Speaking of that big three, do you think you can get a 50-point game this season?
I need some context. You know how many 50-point games there have been in the NBA?
I don't know that. I don't know. I actually last year, you know who had a 50-point game? The MVP.
Asia.
Yeah, she had a 50-point game last year.
And she's doing it. I don't know if Caitlin's doing it this year.
Yeah. I think about of the 34 regular season games, one game, it's like 2 or 3 starters out. They're on the road and everyone is just like, all right, Caitlin, shoot it every single time.
Green light.
I feel like she's going to get like 45. I feel like she's going to get very close to 50, and it's going to be fascinating to watch.
We'll have to see. I'm interested for sure because it's really fun too. Because at the point when I fell started falling in love with women's basketball this college basketball season, almost all of those players are making their way into the league now too. So it's fun to be able to learn the really good players who are already in the league, but also see some familiar faces that I saw in those college games as well. And she's definitely, she's the one. She's the one everybody's been getting ready for. So, and also you got to think she's going to have the ball in her hands a lot. She's going to have the ball a lot. I don't know, man. I'm interested. I can't. I don't think she's going to get one this year, but I wouldn't be surprised if she ends up with multiple throughout her career.
Yeah. I think the best part is when the college players, even to go back to the Knicks, I guarantee that there's a chance where they can say that it is easier to play basketball in the NBA than it was in college. And not easier as far as the competition, because I know every single night there's like quality players that you have to play. In college, it probably wasn't like that. You could probably take 2 nights off because the competition wasn't as talented as your team is. But in the NBA, every team is talented, but they don't play defense as hard. Like, there's more spacing in the NBA. So when I'm thinking about Caitlin Clark and how she had to everything she had to do in college to get her shots off, I wonder if it's going to be easier because of the rule changes. I'm just excited to see her take that skill set and then translate
for sure, man. I'm excited for the regular season to start. I want the preseason games are fun, but I'm ready to watch some games that matter and ready to watch these players like really put it out on the court.
Yeah, but then you got to take into account that she also hasn't really had a break. Maybe she had a couple of weeks break for the draft, but she came right off the NCAA tournament.
Oh yeah, she did, right?
Yeah,
they didn't finish playing until they just barely finished playing like 3 weeks ago.
Yep. So it's like maybe she would hit a wall sooner, but maybe she won't. I don't know. I'm just excited to see this season. Do you have a league pass?
Already got it. I got it.
Yeah. I'm about to get mine today.
It's weird though. Like I feel like it's weird, like where you can watch the game sometimes.
You can't watch all the games?
Well, like I don't know, unless I misread, man. I got like some that are like on YouTube and some that are on like I don't know, bro. I got to reread my stuff. I just bought it. It just popped up on my YouTube thing, my YouTube TV thing. So I just copped it. I didn't even really think about it.
Another thing I seen from the WNBA, Caitlin Clark and I think her teammates, they came out about flying charter and the difficulties sometimes with flying charter. And then I think that WNBA came out and said that all of the flights were going to be private now. And I think that was like a real-time rule change. I hope that wasn't fake news. I hope I'm not sharing fake news with my lovely NBAThreads community.
God damn, them women deserve it. Like, what are we doing?
I know.
Like, could you imagine being Asia Wilson walking through the airport, bro?
I know. Listen, we need a NBA. You know what we need to do? We need to just like when we post a show, we need to like put on threads like, if there's anything about this episode that isn't true, please tell us in the comments.
Fact check us.
we need some fact checkers. But I feel like that happened. And
I feel like you're right. I feel like I saw more than articles about it. I feel like I feel like I saw a video of the commissioner talking about it.
Yep. And we should be more prepared, yes, but this is the first episode. We still feeling it out.
This is just kind of, intro.
You know what I mean? But before we end this, I think the Threads community will be mad at me if I didn't get to this next topic. Your name is Ty, your name is Dodger, but you also coined a phrase. And you go around, you telling people that you be meated up. Do you want to give some context on your meated up lifestyle?
Oh, just share everybody more? Can be meated up, bro.
Okay. Everybody can be meated up.
Meated up is
So what does meated up mean exactly? Like what's the short definition of meated up?
It's a mindset, bro. Okay. Meated up is when you get paid extra time in the month because the month is long. Or
I like that one.
Or when you order 6 wings and you get 8, you meet it up.
Okay.
Or you walk into your favorite bar to watch the game and they got dollar beers. You meet it up. Like, it's a
Okay,
philosophy.
okay.
It's a philosophy.
It's a philosophy. Okay. See, so
Call me Aristotle.
so like where did this come from? Like what was the concept? Like what inspired it? Like give us the tea.
Getting drunk and talking about barbecue in Discord.
Okay. So in Discord, you had your first meeted up experience where you just had to express to
You was there. That was the first time you was in there with us. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it.
Bro, I went to Discord and I just see a bunch of meats. Like everybody was just posting all this meat, and I was like, what is going? And everybody was like, yo, Ty's meeted up, and I'm like, yo, what? It's like, yeah, he's meeted up, and then you let him know you meeted up, and I'm like, but then,
Oh shit!
because I have so much love for you, I went and I purchased meatedup.com for you.
Yeah,
and
coming soon.
meatedup.com. I don't know what Dodger is going to do with it, but I'm not supporting it until I see it, because I don't want to be out here supporting no XXX. Like, it's like, nah.
You don't go to the website and it's me singing Russian folk songs naked? What you mean?
Man, so listen, any meted up references from now on, I hope you understand it. It means when you're energized, essentially, right?
It's good when you're good. It's when you're
good,
man.
and everything is good.
You good, you meet it
like
up.
Ty said, you order 6 wings and you get 8. You walk into a bar expecting to get $6 mugs, and they like, no, they $1. You meet it up.
Hey, we meet it up tonight, boys.
See. So, listen, y'all. I want to thank y'all personally for another listen. We're still trying to find our chemistry, but we are committed to showing up and to keep recording these, and mainly to keep the community involved. So we're going to be relying on the community for a lot of things, fact checking, for helping us come up with content, for guest appearances. So anything you feel like you could do to help this amazing show with Dodger and I, definitely let us know. You got something to say, Dodge?
I do, man. I appreciate all y'all, man. We're gonna be more active on the NBA Threads podcast Threads page. We're gonna be doing polls, things like that. So we would really appreciate if you guys would just interact with us there as well. We got shout outs. You want to do a shout out?
Yes, sir. My shout out, I gotta get this out the way. And I know you want to do it too, but I gotta do this before you do it. My shout out is for Sarah. Sarah, my K9, my bestie. Shout out to Sarah. I just need to send her any love before, I'm just getting it out there. I'm just
before you start hating or what?
Huh?
I said before you start hating.
No, I'm just saying. I just gotta let Sarah know I come in peace, and for the rest of my life, shout out to Sarah. So that's my shout out.
Shout out.
Who do you have?
Same dude, Dwayne, big brother.
OG.
Hey man,
yes,
he
sir.
had my mentions popping about different types of beans for like 2 days straight, bro.
I see you added him on Threads today and told him that.
Hey man, because I woke up to 83 posts about beans in my mentions the other day.
And how did that start? What happened? What's the context?
I was just said like it's like, how come we make fun of British people for eating beans with breakfast? With every good Mexican breakfast got beans with it. And he responded to talk about his experience with his friends and his people. And then, the algorithm on Threads is mad random, bro. Like, it just picked up his comment and I guess pushed it to everybody, bro. And the responses would not stop, dog. Like,
wait, people were taking you seriously, weren't they?
Bro, yes, they were dropping bean recipes, bro. Yeah. I got like 9 bean recipes in my mentions.
Yeah, bro.
With directions. They was like, simmer the onions, and then I'm like, bro, chill.
Yeah. Threads needs like an indicator to be like, relax.
Bro, that's why I put a pinned post on the top of my page. It was like, bro, I'm just making jokes. Like, please.
Yeah. And listen, bro, can you bleep that curse out there? Or you can leave this in of me asking you to bleep the curse in there. I don't care.
For me, did I curse?
No, I curse, I think.
You curse?
I think
I'll
I
bleep
just
it,
said
it's
the
fine.
F word.
You'll be good.
Yeah,
I'll
but
get it
like keep it in there to let them know that, you know, we still trying, we still learning this thing, you know. So
Gotcha,
if
brother.
it's funny, let's keep it in there. But that's all I have for this week, man. I think it was a great first episode, and I'm excited to keep doing these with you, my brother.
You too, man. Thanks for having me on here, man. I'm really glad to be doing this. I really appreciate you and SB Dub for reaching out, man. You know, this is just a quick, short first one. We wanted to touch on everything, get this thing running, make sure we got
Nah,
content
I
out
didn't
to
want to
y'all.
touch on everything. No Drizzy. I'm not touching on everything. I don't know. I
Hey,
don't know what
man.
that means, Dodger. Dodger just said we wanted to touch on everything.
Hey, man, he a
No.
fan. You know what that means.
Yeah, man. I'm excited. Peace, y'all.
Hey, man, appreciate it, man.
See
That's
y'all
the end
next
of the
time.
first episode of the NBA Threads podcast with me and Jhamar. We want to hear from you guys, so please make sure you interact with us. Let us know what you think. I appreciate you coming through and hanging out on this basketball life journal that we're trying to put together for this community, because we all love ball and we all love it for different reasons, and we're here to figure it out. That's it, man. Y'all stay meated up. Already, bro. Already.
Well, you ended it?
Yeah, that's it.
That's funny. That's it. Y'all stay meted up. That's a crazy outro.